Perfect. Hello and welcome to this great Zoom as usual. And today we're going to talk about blockchain sports. And what I thought is like the best when I heard about blockchain sports, I have felt basically the excitement. So I have asked for a Zoom call explaining it to its detail. And Yevgeny, I would like to invite you to introduce yourself first, and then we maybe dive into the project and tell people all about it.
Sure. Thank you, Caroline. So, hi, everybody. My name is Yevgeny, and I'm the Partnership Director at Blockchain Sports. It's a new ecosystem that we have created that combines Web3 and traditional sports all in one ecosystem. And without further ado, let's go slide by slide and let me explain you what this is and what a great opportunity it is for everybody who wants to join.
Perfect.
So what is it? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a Web3 ecosystem based on a sports IRL business. We essentially created a gateway for young athletes to reach the big stars. I will go later down to explain what has been done now, and we have a lot of videos to show you what's been going on actual ground and what's happening there, and we'll also talk about the technical stuff, technical side of the business. Essentially, we are trying to revolutionize the way football players reach the big clubs and how they get there. And at the same time, we want to be there when new stars are born, really kind of delivering them to the world that they would otherwise not be able to reach. How the business model works, well, in our product, the Web3 part of it, first of all, allows for the users to become part of the business by buying the token and then minting them into NFT that represents a percentage in equity of the business. We are giving away 20% of the equity to any users who wish to buy the token, and you can easily do that on our website. By buying the token, you can then burn it into NFT, and that represents your share within the business. Those NFTs can be minted together, and again, that the more you buy, the more you mint, the more percentage you have. Again, it's not 100% giveaway of the business; it's 20%. And here you can see the flow where the investor goes into the blockchain sport. Well, investment comes into blockchain sports, and we are dispersing the money into product and real business. Real business being the academy, being the actual players, scouts, a hotel, and a luxury resort that we will have on land, 5 football fields, and so on. We're starting with Brazil in a Capiara, Fortaleza region, and we are then going to be scaling to different parts of the world. Again, football being the first vertical, and as you can see there, we will then be going into fighting, ice hockey, and cricket in India. So what is a sports token? The total supply of the sports token is going to be 68 million sorry to repeat the word, but in total, and that will represent 20% of the business equity within the profit sharing system. Right now, we're doing the early stage sale, and anybody who wants to get into the project will be able to buy the token at discounted price, and that will be 80 cents instead of $1 once we go down the line. And I will show you later in the presentation, we have different blocks as to what percentage of the 20% will be sold when and in what amount. So what is the ecosystem? The sports token is a fundamental investment token that is the backbone of the big blockchain sports ecosystem. It allows you to become the co-owner in the whole ecosystem that we are building. As you can see there, we wanted to represent at what percentage we're ready in terms of the first vertical. And like I said, since we have very active construction on the way, and I will share videos with Caroline to show you exactly what is happening there. And again, with the young kids as well. We are also moving from having just physical business into the Web3 ecosystem as well. So how will the net profit sharing system work? Essentially, as you can see here, and Caroline, I'm sure everybody can see my mouse pointer. Yeah.
Yes.
As we get people investing into blockchain sports, we call it an IDO essentially, 100% passes into the blockchain sport ecosystem. 20% goes to the team. This is administrative cost, that is to support the operations, paying salaries and everything. And 80% of that goes into the first vertical, football. So in terms of football, where will that be spent? It's development and construction. It's both software development, it is real construction development, it's negotiations, conference participations, traveling, logistics everywhere around the world, contract signing, and that we have already started with football clubs and academies and different projects on the let's say on the marriage of on the marriage of crypto and real sports. And where does the profit come in? Well, there are several profit centers within this project. One of them, and the most important one, and that's the one that's going to show the first big profit, is the transfer of players. How does that work? We created a huge funnel in Brazil. We hired two professional scouts from Europe and other scouts around the world. They have traveled and lived in Brazil for the past 6 months, covered 30,000 kilometers in travels, selected over, actually looked for over 10,000 players, and now we have already 100 players on contract within the academy. These guys are in the ages of 14 to 18, so very good age to start a professional career, playing in different positions, some of them actually are kind of, you would say, ultimate players, that can play in several positions also. And they will be also represented in NFTs with the metadata in terms of how hard they kick, how fast they run, what's the best, like how do they crosses, how do they do dribbles and things like that. So you can definitely follow the growth of the player that you are invested in. So it's only not just buying the token and getting the NFT of the equity of the business. Later down the line, we will also introduce the collection of the NFT cards with football players that you can use to participate in fantasy leagues. So the NFT sharing system. Like I said, the token is burnt into NFT, and the NFT is then used there's two options. You can resell the NFT to somebody who hasn't had the chance or doesn't want to go through the hassle of buying the token, but again, it will be at a higher price because, lazy people pay twice. Or you can hold on to your NFT and wait for monthly or quarterly profit sharing results, with the financial information being disclosed about the project, where we're making the money and how much we're making, and the margin, the profit margin, that's what will be shared. The profit sharing will come from 4 verticals. It's sponsors, scouting, events, and merchandise, and media rights. We are really ambitious about this because we're looking to not just concentrate on profit from football transfers, we're also looking to create an actual academy with broadcasts, with, on merchandise, with selling of tickets, and engaging scouts on subscription models as well. We are already in talks with a couple of scouting platforms that we will first of all use to generate metadata in order to attribute a rating to the player, but also will provide all the information required for the international scouts to know exactly what players they're looking at. So this is how the system of token burning will work. And instead of me reading all of this, I'll just keep the slide for a bit so it's on the recording, so everybody who's interested can read for this. Essentially, there's going to be 4 rounds. Each of this round represents a certain volume of the 68 million emission that we release for the people to buy. So 5% in each case, in the end, totaling 20% of the business and equity. We are also looking to list the token finally on a DEX. So there's going to be an additional value for those who, we all have different strategies for making money. So some people, just sit there and make a passive income from holding the NFTs and supporting the project from the early stages. Other people can trade the tokens, and we are sure it will really go up once the supply gets reduced and there is more demand than supply in terms of tokens. And obviously the value of the token will rise. So it's a very, very simple business model, and it's very simple way these kind of projects work. We also distributed how the tokenomics will work and where we will spend the money. So it's again very transparent. As you can see on the right, development, marketing, charity, scaling, team, offline costs. Again, anybody who wants to go into the detail in terms of how much money is spent on what, those all financial reports will be presented for anybody to see. We will also have the POV, proof of work concept. So again, good news for people in liquid mining. They will be able to mine this coin, which is a good one. But again, this is not the main point of the project. This is just this is just something we did so people who purely mine different coins in different projects have the opportunity to do that. Obviously, we have a big block for airdrops, and this is going to be used with different big stars because usually when they are involved in a project and they like the project, they like to be paid in the token of the project because they believe in its success and they can monetize it later down the line. And obviously, the main part is the IDO. That's why we're collecting the main funds to finance the project. So what is blockchain sport football, the first vertical? This is the concept of the academy that we're building right now. And like I mentioned previously, I will present Caroline with all the videos from real locations, what is happening with the construction right now, so everybody knows exactly what is going on. I will try and set up a 24-hour feed to that location, but right now, there's just so much construction work going on. We're afraid, some cameras might be damaged or something. Will come later down the line. Essentially, this location, it's like a state-of-the-art sports complex that we have already invested quite a lot of money in. It will, first of all, house the administration building. This is for the coaches, this is for the staff, catering, the, what do you call it? Whenever you recover from sports, like a recovery rooms and things like that. There's also going to be housing and a hotel there as well. First of all, we understand that the kids 14 to 18 years old can get homesick. And obviously, we would like the parents to have an opportunity to come and visit them, to come and spend some time with them, to motivate them to keep going. Or perhaps, sometimes, and it's absolutely normal in the world that some kids, okay, maybe this is something not for me. I want to see my parents, I want to talk to them and decide to leave. It's absolutely fine, but we cannot allow ourselves not to provide that opportunity for the parents and the kids. And of course, there's going to be 5 fields, with 1 small one and 4 big ones. This is all for practice and on tournaments and championships that we will be holding among many, many, many applicants that are already trying to join our academy. This is also the NFT aspect in terms of the players that we also spoke about just recently, just a couple of minutes before on the call. So each player signs a contract with our academy and receives a personal NFT card with individual metadata. This metadata is something that will correlate to the information that is presented on big scouting platforms around the world. Like I said, it's player's fitness count in terms of like how much he ran during a game or during training. What's the good foot? Is it left foot or right foot? What good position or what position he played. We're even thinking to go down the line in terms of adding clubs that our players transferred later down the line. This is another good one to mention. Profit sharing comes not only from the initial transfer, as is in real world and by real FIFA standards and regulations. The first scout, in this case us, who found the player and that player being resold club to club later down the line, we also receive a percentage as being the first ones to identify the star. So this is something that's also a good piece of information to know, that it's not just money will be received from the first transfer. Later transfers also will generate money for the NFT holders. The player's development directly affects the value of NFT. So like I said, it's as the player grows, metadata gets added. The NFT, we're thinking about whether it will change visually or not. Probably yes, since we're doing this on Polygon. that will affect the rating and the strength of that card when playing in a fantasy league, which we'll introduce later down the line. Very cool concept to play around while you're waiting for the money to come in from profit sharing. This is our scouting director, Matula Mindalgas. The guy has a lot of regalia. I've done a lot of different things around the world. Initially from Lithuania. He has been traveling with the team around Brazil for the past, like I said, 6 months, covering 30,000 kilometers. So he's done a lot of different work. We also have a fully branded car that we will be showing pictures of very soon. And, it's very cool to see. And we will also share videos of the kids. It's also very cool when we come there and, the kids with the stars in the eyes, with the sparks in there, is like, just look at me. Let me try out. It's very exciting. This is the successful cases that we have already done with, Mindalgas that has already done. As you can see, the value of the players is significant. Of course, yes, it's not, your Ronaldinho's, it's not your Messi's, but every big business starts with small steps. So with his understanding of the market, with him being in the market for so many years, we definitely understand that his team will deliver us to the goals that we require. This is the concept of the fantasy league again that I've been talking about. So essentially, you will become a football manager by using these NFT cards of the players, by trading them, by buying them. That concept will also allow you to earn real money in competitions. So if we look at fantasy leagues, let's say like FanDuel or DraftKings, things like that, it's concept that has already has been tried and tested and is generating a lot of money. And football being one of the biggest sports in the world is definitely something that we had to include. Also, another cool one, this is my personal favorite because I was one of the, let's say, motivators to get this project started. We're also building an NFT fight game. Its working title is Fight Club. Again, subject to change. Don't hit me over the head with that if it's changed. But we have devised a lot of mechanics. We've been working on this for about 8 months, if I remember correctly. There's about 50 pages just on the mechanic side of things. And it's, again, a same concept as with football. We will be releasing the game once the vertical is also released, fighting vertical is also released, where people will be able to build their perfect promotion company. So if you want to be the next Eddie Hearn with mushroom boxing, or if you want to be the next Oscar De La Hoya with Golden Boy Promotions, this is your chance within the gaming environment world. Again, this is built on a Web3 basis. It is essentially a web game and a mobile game as well, but with a lot of economics inside in terms of trading, fighting one-on-ones, PvPs, building on your reputation and building on your rating as a promotion legend. So if you want to take a look at our social media, again, I will stop here for a second so you guys can take it down, and I'm sure you can pause the video later after you watched all the main points that we talked about, and visit us. We are posting a lot of information, as we always do. We are in touch with the community, answering all the questions, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed what I had to share. I know, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions in terms of what we are doing next, when exactly. And like I said, we're here to answer all of these questions, and we're here to support you if you're willing to join the project, if you decided to join the project. So thank you again for the attention. I give the word back to Caroline, and maybe Caroline has some questions. If not, I'm more than happy to answer any of them directly or in our social media.
Thank you so much. Great. Like I went through it before. Now I understood the details I wasn't so clear about. And I have to tell you, well, first of all, while I see here Discord, I've heard I couldn't join because I was busy at that time, but you had a great AMA session on Discord and I got such great feedback. People were like, my God, this is like on fire. This is such a great project. And what I have to say, being a woman, maybe not being such a football fan, being a woman, and I'm not really into gaming neither. I can tell you anyhow I like it because I like sports in general. So I'm really happy to see that part. I like the fact that you are doing like the background of being in Brazil and giving children, in that case, the opportunity. I have Argentinian background. My husband is from Argentina, so football is very big there, and they are all on the road playing football constantly. For them, it means like something so big. So I'm super excited to see videos, to see what you say, the stars in the eyes of the children. Yeah. What you have told me, I'm a parent myself, that the parents are able to come of children being homesick. I absolutely love it. So I think it's great. And I think what's very like the biggest thing out of it, I think it's going so big that we are just seeing now the seed. No, and if this grows, like what you were always saying, I could see already like going in all different directions, and that it attracts different kinds of people. Because first of all, the way I understood, I think now taking advantage of the pre-sale and becoming an investor and part of the whole project is great. And on top of that, if you're just thinking of different age groups as well, if you're into gaming, great also. So you have like a 2-in-1, you have like within one model, two already very big things like the investment and ownership, plus the whole gaming. I think it's great. And even,
yeah, sorry to interrupt. One thing, while you were speaking, I also realized that I should have mentioned. Another beauty of this project is that when we're looking at traditional football, you have a player, and somebody, let's say a manager or a scout, signs that player. Usually a scout or manager has a certain number of players in there, let's say let's call them assets, that he or she can present to the world and to the clubs. In traditional transfer model, there is a lot of different middlemen. So there's a scout on scout, or manager on scout. Since it's blockchain and it's very transparent, it's just direct. You have our platform. There will be our platform for scouts, just a separate one, just from traditional users. They go in, they look at all NFTs, they bid on the NFT they want in terms of the player they want to buy, and that's it. It's just a one-way contract. So instead of, complicating this with many different agreements and complicating this with many different, managers and scouts and middlemen, it's very direct. So number one, it reduces the price of the transfers significantly. That's number one, because obviously nobody's adding any extra percentages on this. And secondly, it's very transparent because it's not just a paper contract, it's also on a blockchain. It's also an NFT, and it gets added to the metadata that you cannot really change because it's done all on a smart contract. So that's another beauty. We're trying to, that's why we're saying we're revolutionizing the sport. It's not in terms of like we spinning the sport from its feet to head, we're not spinning it around. We're just making it very much more usable and transparent. We all know a lot of different things that's happening in sport in terms of, dodgy dealings and things like that. And this really kind of kills that momentum and makes it very easy for people to operate, especially with Brazil being kind of the mecca of football, with so many big stars coming out of that country. That's exactly why we decided there. And, just by our efforts in 6 months, well, I say just, I mean, there's been a lot of effort, but still in 6 months already having 100 players that we can really kind of transfer on. Yes, there's not going to be, tens of millions transfer values now, but this is just a start. This is just a start, and these players will grow, and you never know whether we're going to find the next, like I said, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho, or Ronaldo.
Yeah, you never know. No, and it's great. And you are moving around. And as you said, this is just the beginning. And we have the opportunity to be part of the beginning. Like, this is the most exciting part. And what I really liked as well is that you know that I'm a big Liquid fan. that you included the liquid option. I really love it, because
Of
that as well
course.
I will take advantage, although I'm definitely gonna go for the pre-sale, and I'm actually gonna buy right now. And maybe I can even record it to see, because you mentioned already Polygon. So maybe I can walk through everything, how to create a Polygon network, that everyone sees that it's very simple steps. And then to process, maybe I can do that live, and we can here include it in the recording. And the only question I have is regarding the pre-sale. Does it have an ending date on date, or is the pre-sale ended when the tokens for the pre-sales are sold?
Well, we are ending once the emission for the first stage is finished. So we're not restricting anybody in dates.
Okay.
But once the first emission of that 5% for that certain value, like I said, 80 cents, is finished, then the price is obviously going up.
Okay. Super. No, I think I really want to end this call now so I can buy.
Sure.
And no, I think honestly, thanks again for your time, for going through it. And again, everyone that wants to dig in a bit deeper, maybe we can do like a different Q&A session. Maybe now, putting this out, people are going to send questions, and maybe we can do another Zoom just to talk about further questions in case people have some, that I collect them and we speak about it. And then again, where we have that slide here open for why now, everyone please scan the code, check out the webpage. I think the webpage is great, because this is what I have studied. Really nice design, and easy to understand, very good to walk through. And then again, Twitter, Telegram, Discord, I mean, you have it all. So everyone who wants information gets information.
And if anybody wants to ask me questions directly, obviously, Caroline, like you know, I'm open to talk on Telegram. I can share my LinkedIn. Also, this is another important one. Sometimes in sports, people get into sports projects without having due experience. I have due experience in sports and in esports, and also in crypto. So it makes it a very kind of right fit here. And it's exactly the same with that team. So I'm more than willing to share that information too.
Yeah, and this was actually a big thing, because when you and I met, I asked you about your background, and you were talking lots about the sport industry. And so when I heard about that, I understood why you are so at it, basically. And what I like of everyone I've spoken to within your team about that project, I can not only see or feel already what you said, the stars lighting up in the children's eyes. I see you guys as well. Like so excited. So you are like the children as well of the project, and I think it's great. And yeah, I'm really happy to be able to be part of that, to participate, and then I will follow up on everything, and then just see where we go. And I know we're going to go into a very great future together.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you again.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, exciting. I'm in. I'm gonna try now to purchase the sports token and participate in the project. So let's go. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna do that live, so you know how it works also. So first of all, I will need a Metamask wallet, or this is at least what I'm using. I think Trust Wallet also works. I have seen already online that they put out instructions, so it just cannot go wrong. I went through them. I hope I memorized them, and now I'm going to try it. So I use my Tronlink wallet. I will open it up. I hope you can see it on the recording now. And I have prepared my funds. So here you see I'm going to invest 20,000 USDT in blockchain sports. So I need a couple of Tron, probably around 30, because I'm going to pay my fee for doing the transfer in Tron. Then I need, the next step is a Metamask wallet. And let me open my Metamask wallet up. I hope as well that you see it. Hold on, open. Doesn't want to open. Let me check Tronlink again. 1 second. Tronlink here. There we go. Okay. Here I have my wallet, and now you see I'm on Ethereum mainnet. Usually if you create a wallet, it always gets created with Ethereum. So we need Polygon, as we have just spoken about in the call, but it's simple, because when you open up here, besides the network, here in that case Ethereum mainnet, you're going to open up, and then you go to add network. And now it's quite simple. because we have the Polygon mainnet already here in the list of the network. So I'm just going to go on add, and we can see here this is all correct. You can always put that also by hand in case you're not sure, but Polygon is a common network, so it's here in the list. So I go on approve. And now I switch to Polygon mainnet. So now we see already up here that I'm not anymore on Ethereum. I can change back here, but we don't want that. We want to stay in Polygon. So you can see here that usually the fees being paid within the Polygon network are in Matic. In this case, we don't need Matic because the blockchain sport guys are so kind to pay these fees on the Metamask Polygon end for us. So we don't need to buy Matic. In case you want to, it's always easy on Metamask to buy. You just push the buy button and then you select the payment service you want to, and you can pay with credit card and buy the Matics you want. In this case, we don't need that. So, but I need my token. I need to import first because otherwise I'm going to buy it now and I won't be able to see it. So what I do next is import token. And I'm already here on custom token. And I will share later on, I have saved it already here. The contract address is this one. I will share this. This is the address of the sports token. So I'm going to copy that. Then I just paste it in here. And then we'll see here, it pops out up automatically. The token symbol of the sports token is PS, and the token decimal is 18. And then we're going to add it. I import it. And there we go. We can go back. And now we can see on the main page that I have my sports token added to my Polygon network on Metamask. So now I'm going to buy. I will return to my Tronlink, and I see I can actually close Metamask for the moment, so it doesn't get confusing. So I double check. Yes, I have here my 20,000 USDT prepared. So I will use the link of Blockchain Sports, which is right here. You can see it, BCS or bcsports.io. And now we are on the web page I have just mentioned also, which is great. No, it's a really nice web page. And if you just scroll down, you can get all the information you want. And here, like very far up, you can see already the token sales. So what we're going to do is to buy, because that's what we want to do, right? Or what I want to do. So I go on buy sports, and now you can see already I have two choices, Tronlink or Wallet Connect. I haven't worked yet with Wallet Connect, so I'm definitely going to go for Tronlink because I have the funds in my Tronlink wallet. I connect. I don't know if you see that pop-up. In case not, there came a pop-up if I really want to connect my wallet. And now you can see already that I jumped or I was passed on to step 2, the total price now of the token. Now we are on the Tron network. So what do I want to spend? And I have prepared 20,000. So you can see that I will be receiving for the spendage of 20,000 USDT, I will be receiving 25,000 sports token. So now I need to enter here my Polygon wallet address. Therefore, I have to go back to Metamask because this is what we have just done. We have created our address, and there you can see I'm now in the right. This is important. Hold on, I didn't want to go to swap. 1 second. Cancel. Okay. Important is that you are on the Polygon mainnet. We are on the right page because you can see here again the sport token. And here is the wallet address I need. On some, you can actually open it up and go on receive. In my case, I have to go here on the main page and I copy to clipboard here the receiving address of Polygon mainnet for the for my sport token. And I will put it in here. So there we can see it. It's shown as correct. And I go on submit. Now I get a pop-up. I think you don't see that. I have to approve that transaction. So I sign to approve. I have to sign again. And this is it. Payment success. Okay. So I will go on okay. Now, first I check my Tronlink. The funds are gone. And now I probably have to wait a bit until the transaction, the conversion has happened. So I will open now here my page and just wait a bit, have to be a bit patient. And we'll refresh every couple of minutes the page. And then I should be happily seeing there my 25,000 sports token. So let's check again. Cross fingers. Well, life is life, not. There we go. Yoo-hoo, here they are. 25,000 token I have received.